If everybody could please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Miss Mary.
Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight, thanking for you for this day. We thank you for your love and your mercy. Thank you for your son, Jesus, that died on the cross, that we might have a right to the tree of life. And Father, as we come to conduct business concerning your people, we ask that you give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Bless our first responders and everyone that's considered needing help. We ask that you look on them, bless them, and keep them. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Mr. Angelo, can you call the roll?
Yes. Ms. McCollum,
Here.
Wilson, Ms. Douglas,
Here.
Ms. Johnson,
Here.
Mr. Carlucci,
Here.
and Mr. Leidick.
Here.
Okay.
And Madam Chair, I would like to make a recommendation on the agenda to move the old business to the end of the meeting and put the LDR 2502 at the end of the agenda and do the new business first.
Okay. Do we have a motion? Is it, or does anybody object? Sorry.
No objection and so moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay. Show of hands? Okay. We're gonna switch it around then.
Move to adopt the agenda.
We also need a motion to adopt the amended agenda.
Motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Show of hands for that one too? Okay. Okay. Mr. Angelo, can you amend the roll call
Yes,
to add
ma'am.
Ms. Wilson?
I did.
How are you? We are going to flip-flop old and new business so that the applicants don't have to sit through something tedious. Okay, minutes?
One at a time.
Tell me what to say. Okay, so, my brain is fried. The meeting minutes for November 12th should have been electronically distributed to everybody.
Any additions, corrections?
Do we have any additions, corrections, or other amendments? No? And,
Hearing none, do we have a motion for their adoption?
since we have no amendments, do we have a motion to approve the minutes for November 12th?
Move to approve.
Second.
And
Hands on.
hands, show of hands? Thank you. And the same thing for the meeting minutes for December 9th. Everybody got them, hopefully? Do we have any amendments or corrections? No? Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Show of hands? Okay. New business, right? Okay. So on to new business, since we're switching them around. Tonight, we have before us two matters that must be considered and voted on by Planning and Zoning Board in a quasi-judicial manner. Those two items are SPR 25-12, being a petition for site plan review accompanied by resolution number 2025 PZ SP 12, approving an application by Carol Chadwick PE as agent for Chad Strait for approval of a site plan for a retail commercial outlet for automobiles, Lake City Auto Source, in a commercial intensive zoning district and located on parcels 02712-104 and 02712-105, which is regulated by the Land Development Regulations, Section 4.13. And the second one is SPR 26-01, being a petition for site plan review accompanied by resolution number 2026 PZ SP 01, approving an application by Carol Chadwick, P.E., as agent for Lakeshore Hospital for approval of a site plan for medical clinic facility, Palms Medical, in a residential office zoning district and located on parcels 12113-000 and 12112-001, which is regulated by the Land Development Regulations, Section 4.13. And now, if our city attorney can run through the procedures to be used in these hearings and to inquire of the members of the Planning and Zoning Board regarding any ex parte communications.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The purpose of tonight's procedure is to ensure an applicant and the city each provide a complete presentation of their of the application and the city's staff report to the board prior to any testimony being received from the public and questions from the board to the applicant and staff, so that there is a full and fair hearing on the application. All testimony will be given under oath, and everyone testifying will be subject to cross-examination. The giving of opinion testimony is limited to experts, and closing arguments is limited to evidence of record. To accomplish this, we'll proceed in the following order on these two applications. For each of them, we'll start with the presentation from the city, the applicant, and any party interveners, followed by public comment, then cross-examination, and any additional response by a participant if the chairperson deems it allowable to ensure fairness. We'll then move to questions from the board, then final arguments. If there are any, I'll advise the board as to the law and findings, and the board can deliberate and vote. The board welcomes comments from all persons with an interest in the proceeding, but Florida law requires the board's decision and a quasi-judicial action be supported by competent, substantial evidence presented to the Planning and Zoning Board during the hearing on the application. Competent and substantial evidence is evidence a reasonable mind would accept as adequate to support a conclusion. There must be a factual basis on the record to support opinion testimony from both expert and non-expert witnesses. People presenting testimony may support their testimony by relying on factual information provided by city staff, the applicant, or other information in the city staff report. This time I need to inquire of each member of the board individually if they've received any ex parte communications involving any of these matters, and if so, to please disclose them. Starting at the end of the dais, Mr. Carlucci, have you received any ex parte communications?
No.
And Ms. Johnson?
No.
Mr. Leidick?
None.
Ms. McCellum?
No.
And Ms. Wilson?
No.
And Ms. Douglas?
No.
Okay, thank you. At this time, if each person who's going to offer testimony or speak to either of these applications could stand and raise your hand and take an oath. Do each of you solemnly swear to tell the truth, whole truth? And, okay, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Board members, you have before you proposed resolution 2025 PZSP 12, which states a resolution of the Planning and Zoning Board of the City of Lake City, Florida, approving an application submitted by Carol Chadwick, P.E., as agent for Chad Strait, the property owner, for approval of a site plan for an automotive retailer within the corporate limits of the City of Lake City, Florida, identifying said lands by the 2025 Columbia County Tax Parcel Identification Numbers 024S 16-02714-104 and 024S16-02714-105, repealing all resolutions in conflict and providing an effective date. Madam Chair.
Mr. Angelo, please introduce and give us a summary of the city's staff analysis of application SPR 2510 and proposed resolution number 2025 PZSP 10.
Yes. All right, so this is for a site plan for Lake City Auto Source. SPR 25-12 is a typo on the screen there. It should be 2512. All right, come on. There we go. All right, so the applicant, the current future land use of the property is commercial county and has a zoning of commercial intensive county. The applicant is seeking a site plan approval for a new retail commercial outlet for sale of new and used automobiles. The site plan will have one ingress egress, and that entrance will be on Real Terrace. So this is the original site plan that was proposed, but there was an easement that runs right here where the building was going to be, and so we worked with the applicant to move the buildings a little bit to get them off of the easement. And this is the new amended site plan, which I do have for the board. I'll go ahead and pass those out if it's okay with you, Madam Chair.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'd like to introduce this as Exhibit A, and this was presented to us after the agenda went out. That's why you're receiving it now at the meeting. And but as you can see, they moved the one building to the north a little bit, and the office space they moved to the south a little bit, and the easement will be in between those, and that way everything worked out, and for the applicant. And this is the zoning of the area. And as you can see, you've got CI County here, and you've got multifamily to the north there. And then you've got the proposed site that is CI County, and which is also surrounded by CI County and all in the area. And this is the aerial view of the site right here. And there is a car wash right here currently. So the following items were identified on the site plan. There is no trash or dumpster illustrated on the site plan. We will need that amended to be on the site plan, but that's just a minor thing that we can add to it. Same thing with lighting and sign. If there's no signage, then we just need that updated. And the irrigation, I did notice I missed it on the site plan. It is noted on the site plan that it will be irrigated. Water department, they'll need a backflow when they go through the permitting process, and then distribution collections. They just need to make sure that they have locates. There's a lot of utilities in the area, and they want to make sure those utilities were protected. Swanee River Water Management, the project is within a previously permitted industrial subdivision. The permit plans for indicate a 20-foot wide drainage easement, which we noted on the site plan. And or we talked about with the site plan, and a permit determination application will be needed to be submitted through Swanee River Water Management to verify the project is in conformance with the previously submitted master plan, and that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Angelo. Do we have a presentation from Ms. Chadwick as agent for Chad Street?
Madam Chair, before moving on.
Yes, I'd like to move my presentation and the staff reports into the record.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Chadwick.
It's actually a really straightforward site plan. I don't know if you can bring up the revised site plan. The site is on a master stormwater plan that was previously permitted. I've been in contact with DOT. The driveway is fine because we were far enough away from the state highway that they don't need any additional information on that. They just need to see it to make sure that we are not putting any water into the right of way other than what's going across the site into the pond that was previously permitted. I guess I would ask if you have any questions. One thing you might wonder is we do have some areas that looks like little honeycombs. That is recycled asphalt pavement. Its sole purpose is to be put down under the display area for vehicles, so when it rains, the water doesn't splash dirt back up on the cars, causing them to be washed, frequently. This will prevent that, keep it looking really nice. Does anyone have any questions?
Do you move your application?
Yes, please move my application into the record.
And we'll proceed with questions momentarily.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have any party interveners present? Do we have any members of the public that wish to comment on the presentation? Is there anyone here representing a large group of 6 or more people? Okay. Does the applicant wish to respond to presentations by the city? No. Mr. Angelo?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any members of the board have questions for either the applicant or for the city staff? No. Okay,
Madam Chair, I have one for Mr. Angelo.
okay,
The few minor issues that the Growth Management Department had addressed in the staff analysis, those are of a relatively small and non-controversial nature, such that if a motion to approve this site plan was made, it could be made contingent upon Growth Management receiving the deficient information.
Well, I don't even think we need a contingent approval. The LDR administrator has the authority to make minor site plan adjustments as long as it's not deemed a major change. If it was a major change, then it would need to come back in front of the board. And it was something like adding a lighting plan or something like that in. Those would be minor changes and that we feel to the site plan.
Okay, so this could operate under a clean motion, not a
Correct.
motion contingent?
Yes.
Thank you. And you're in agreement with that, Mr. Clay?
Yes.
anybody else? Any questions? Okay. Do either the city staff or the applicant have final arguments?
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Martin?
The decision of the board should be based only on evidence presented by sworn witnesses. The board may make its decision after taking into consideration those matters listed in section 13.11.3 of the city's land development regulations. At this time, the board may discuss the application, testimony, and any findings of fact on which it wishes to base its decision and vote on the proposed resolution following an appropriate motion and second to adopt resolution 2025 PZSP 12 as read by title only.
I'm lost. Discussion. Okay. Do we have any discussion amongst the members of the board? Nobody?
Seems pretty straightforward to me.
Okay. Do we have a motion to either approve or deny?
Move to approve SPR 25-12.
Second.
Okay. Roll call?
Ms. McCullum,
Yes.
Ms. Wilson,
Yes.
Ms. Douglas,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Galucci,
Yes.
and Mr. Leidick.
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations.
All right. Board members, you now have before you proposed resolution 2026 PZSP 01, which states a resolution of the Planning and Zoning Board of the City of Lake City, Florida, approving an application submitted by Carol Chadwick, PE, as agent for Lakeshore Hospital Authority, a Florida Special District, the property owner, for approval of a site plan for a proposed medical clinic within the corporate limits of the City of Lake City, Florida, identifying said lands by the 2025 Columbia County Tax Parcel Identification Numbers 0-0000-121113-000 and 00-00-000-12112-001, repealing all resolutions in conflict and providing an effective date.
Okay. Mr. Angelo?
All right, so this one here is a site plan for Palms Medical, and it's SPR 26-01. Their current future land use of is residential medium and has a zoning of residential office. So therefore, a medical office or dental clinic or that would be a permitted use. And they are seeking, the applicant is seeking a site plan approval for a medical clinic. The site will have 2 ingress egresses, and the site will also have a drop-off or prescription lane, and they'll be able to have a drive-through area. This is the site plan, so you can see you have an ingress egress here, and then this will be the prescription drive-through and pickup. This is the current area. As you can see, it's residential office pretty much around it. Over here to the side, which is all parking, is residential single-family 1, but it is all one big parking lot there. And this is the site where the building will be, and then this will be the proposed parking. And this is the aerial view of the property here. Right now, this is vacant right here, and that's what would be paved for the parking. So, staff review, the following items were noted on the application. If the applicant is planning on using the neighboring parcel for parking, then a written agreement must be recorded. This must be approved by the Board of Adjustments, and that there is no mention of a signage plan on this one, and same thing with signage will need to be permitted and reviewed by zoning, but that can be done through the permitting process. Fire department, they will need a fire and life safety inspection before they open. And the Swanee River Water Management comment was, a permit has not been obtained by Swanee River Water Management. A permit may be required if the total impervious area exceeds 9,000 square feet. Owner should have a pre-application meeting with Swanee River Water Management to verify if a permit is required for this activity. And this is the section of the LDR that talks about off-street parking, and that the Board of Adjustments may allow off-street parking facilities within 300 feet of the premises they are intended to serve. Was speaking with the applicant and the engineer, the parcel that they're intending to use for some additional parking for the employees is owned by the Columbia County Board of County Commissioners, and they do. Dale Williams does have an email from them letting them use that. We would just need to get some a little more in writing, and that's it. And I would like to move my application and presentation into the record.
Thank you.
Back it up for you. There you go.
Ms. Chadwick?
As you can see, that this is going to be a remodel of an existing building, which is exciting to see the downtown area coming back to be developed. On the portion of the project that has the parking, there was a 75-year-old building, some really old broken up concrete. So that's all been cleaned up. It's going to look really nice. The pond that you see there is actually just for stormwater quality treatment because of the impervious surface that we got credit for versus what we're putting in. We're actually exempt from stormwater management. But because coming off of this parking lot, the water will go into this pond, the water quality will be treated, and then it will be released into the street, which your storm drain runs directly into the lake. So we wanted to treat the water before it gets there so that lonely little gator out there is safe and sound. There was a driveway, I don't know how to do the little pointy thing. I don't know. Down at the bottom, you can see where there's some darker hatch. That used to be a driveway, but it did not meet any kind of slope requirements, and I didn't think it would be safe. So rather than redoing that entrance, they've decided just to remove that, re-landscape it. And then most of the old kind of scrubby trees that were there being removed and new trees. It's going to really, really look nice for downtown. And yes, the parking is going to be to the west side of the site. We have provided ADA access from that parking lot all the way to the building for employees. And you'll please note that we did supply a lot of ADA parking spaces for the patients, because I know, a lot of them are elderly or need special parking. So we actually added additional ADA parking from what is required by the federal standards for it.
Okay.
And I would like to move my application to the record, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have any party interveners present? Yes, ma'am?
Barbara Limley, part of the questions were being answered. The entry will be
I'm sorry.
on,
Madam Chair, I was going to ask, are you just offering public comment or?
yes, Not
Okay.
now, not time?
Well, stay right there, but it's just a different distinction than between that and a party intervener. So if you're just offering public comment, that's one thing. If you're seeking party intervener status, that's a different
Public
status.
comment.
Okay. Are there any members of the public that are seeking party intervener status? Okay, seeing no one, Madam Chair, now you may move forward with
Okay,
public
go ahead.
comment.
Okay. The entry will go from Franklin to the side street. Is that where the primary entrance will be? Here? Here, would that work, be the entrance?
That's a drive-through for a pharmacy.
Where's the entrance?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
There's an entrance on this side of the parking lot.
The entry to the building
The entrance to the building
is in the back. Okay,
No, that will be the front of the building.
okay. So the front will not face Franklin, it will face the parking lot.
Correct.
Okay. And the other question, which may have already been answered, it said the applicant has stated the employees will park in the parking lot next door. The lot is owned by the county, and I don't think you should proceed until there's something from the county indicating employees and can park in that extra parking lot.
I believe Mr. Angelo said there's already an existing email giving permission, is that correct?
Yes, I have not seen the email, but the applicant says they have an email from the chair of the hospital authority that has given them authority over that. And that,
But if it's a
Use that.
county parking lot,
yes,
the authority does not have it anymore.
correct.
So it needs to come from the county, not from Dale Williams.
The applicant can explain the agreement a little more.
Okay?
Explain.
Ms. Chadwick? Thank you.
My understanding was that some of the property changed hands, and this parking lot being one of them. But as an agreement for the property changing hands with the county, they would be able to use this parking lot for the New Palms Med Clinic. And I've not seen the email either, but this CEO, I believe, of Palm Med, is aware of that, and we've already spoken with Mr. Angelo about getting a permanent parking lot agreement with the county just to make it official.
Thank you.
Sometimes things between the city and the county get screwed up, so I would like to make sure the Palms Medical has received a official record indicating that they can park in the property that's owned by the county now.
Madam Chair, if I
Yes.
may, I would suggest to the board that a procedure that would be appropriate for this, should the board wish to do it, would be to approve the site plan contingent upon compliance with the city's parking regulations. That would allow them, they could theoretically reach a deal with the county to buy that parking lot if they wanted to, or something like that. But whatever they do, if it's off-site, they would have to come back to the Board of Adjustment to have the off-site parking approved. And it's when they would come to the Board of Adjustment for that approval that, however that approval is packaged legally, whether it be a cross-parking agreement that's perpetual and runs with the land, or whether it be evidence that they've actually purchased that land, parking lot or a portion of it, or whatever they do, would be then appropriately before the Board of Adjustment. But the Planning and Zoning Board tonight could, if it chose to, approve the site plan subject to compliance with the city's parking regulations. And right now, the site plan as presented does not do that. The only way they could comply would be for off-site parking, and that would, out of necessity, require a hearing before the Board of Adjustment to approve whatever that legal arrangement is when it comes back before the board.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. Do we have any large groups represented by anyone who would like to speak? No? Okay. Does the applicant wish to respond to any presentations by the city?
No, thank you.
Does the city wish to Yes,
No,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Come
What
to
is
the
the nature-
podium, please.
And he'll need to be sworn in.
Yep. And I believe, were you here when everyone else was sworn in?
Yes,
Are you offering testimony or just asking a question?
just asking a question.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm wondering, what is the nature of the clinic? Is it an urgent care? If it's not an urgent care, what specialties will be offered?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Anita Rimber, CEO of Palms Medical Group. So we're primary care, typically is what we do. We'll have a pharmacy, also co-located in the facility, which will help alleviate some of our parking since we're going to have the drive-through pharmacy and things like that, and offer telehealth services as well. And then we'll also have X-ray services on site. So we're really just going to do primary care, so family practice and X-ray and pharmacy services.
Thank you. Okay, so the city said no responses to the applicant, right? Okay. Excuse me. Do any members of the board have questions for either the applicant or the city staff?
I got a question.
Yes, Mr. Carlucci.
The parking lot we're talking about, is that the one to the east or the west?
West.
West, okay. Also, I see on the site plan you're removing 8 trees. Are you planning on adding any more back afterwards?
We are keeping one magnolia that is by the driveway on the east side of the property, and there are three palm trees that won't be in the way of our construction. That might as well stay. But besides that, we have 4 new trees. I would have to look at the landscape plan to see which species they were.
Okay, thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you. Anybody else have
Madam
questions?
Chair, I have
Mr.
two.
Leidig?
Taking a look at the site plan, where the pharmacy drive-through is, the dark outlined square there in the middle of the driveway, is that a covered canopy?
It is covered, yes. But it does have a solid wall on one side of it, so it will be covered as you drive through.
Okay, and just looking at the basic site plan, it is not connected to the primary structure? It's freestanding?
It might have soft attachments to it, but I don't know that it's the main. It's connected. Yeah. Yeah, it's existing there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then my next question, just for confirmation, having heard what Mr. Clay said in reference to the parking issue and what Mr. Angelos said. So no matter how the motion gets phrased this evening, if it is in fact a motion for approval, we will see this again in Board of Adjustment to approve the parking arrangement, whatever flavor that's going to take.
Yeah, so as far as the parking agreement, that would come back, not to this board, to come back to the Board of Adjustments, and that to be approved by the Board of Adjustments.
Okay.
But to clarify, Mr. Leidig, I think your motion needs to, just for the sake of transparency, be clear that tonight's approval is subject to the applicant complying with the city's parking ordinances and regulations in the LDRs, because it does not comply as it currently exists.
Understood. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions from the board? Okay, do we have final arguments from either the applicant or the city staff?
No final arguments, just I would say that we do feel like this will be a great addition to the community and be a big uplift to that property.
Okay, thank you. Vote or motion? Yep, Mr. Martin?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The decision of the board should be based on evidence provided by sworn witnesses, and in addition, the board may make its decision after taking into consideration those matters listed in section 13.11.3 of the city's land development regulations. At this time, the board may discuss the application, testimony, and any findings of fact upon which it wishes to base its decision, and vote on the proposed resolution following an appropriate motion and second to adopt the resolution 2026 PZ SP 01 as read by title only, conditioned upon compliance with the city's parking regulations.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Martin, do we have any discussion amongst the board?
Well, I'm in agreement with, just as long as they comply with the adjustments for us to have an urgent care. My goodness. I mean, you have an emergency, you can't rush way across town. That's like the next one up, if I'm not mistaken, right? Well, besides 90, and then you got the hospital way on the other side of town. This side of town needs that. So basically whatever it takes to have that, whatever adjustments need to be made, I'm in agreement to that being here.
Thank you. Did the applicant not say this is primary care, right? Not urgent
Primary care,
Yes.
Oh, so yeah,
This
it's not
is
urgent.
primary care.
still needed.
Correct. Anybody else? No? Okay, do we have a motion to either approve or deny?
Move to approve SPR 26-01 contingent upon meeting the city's parking requirements.
Second motion.
Okay. And a roll call?
Ms. McCollum,
Yes.
Ms. Wilson,
Yes.
Ms. Douglas,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Galucci,
Yes.
and Mr. Leidick.
Yes.
All right. All right. Congratulations. Okay, so, thank you. Now we're going to back up to our old business, which I have lost. Thank you. Okay, so our old business is LDR 25-02, an application by the City Council of Lake City to amend the text in definitions, Article 2, 3, and 13 of the Land Development Regulations, adding provisions for an administrative approval process. This was tabled at the December 9th meeting. And Mr. Angelo?
Non-quasi-judicial.
Thank you. And this is non-quasi judicial, correct?
All right, so before you tonight, you have the administrative approval text amendment that we heard back on December 9th. And this is LDR 25-02. So as a kind of a recap, this is an administrative approval process is used for site plans and affordable housing projects, granting the Land Development and Regulations Administrator the authority to approve of conditions or deny an application. State policies like the Live Local Act require that projects under these policies be approved administratively. The proposed administrative approval process would only be for projects that are already permitted uses. And so anything that requires a special exception, conditional use of permits, anything like that would not go through this process. It would strictly have to be for a, like in commercial general, like an office space that's already a permitted use. That's where this process would be used. And so all projects would still need to receive approval from all state, federal, county, local agencies on all permits, rezoning, special exceptions, variances, and any other process required by local and state regulations. So all other regulations would still apply. This is just changing the approval process in Article 13 and 1311 for site plans. And that's the only thing that we're looking to change with this process. So your Board of Adjustments, special exception variances, all that would still be fully intact with that. And therefore, staff's recommendation would be to approve LDR 25-02 as amended at this hearing, to recommend to approve LDR 25-02 with one of three versions, but in the packet you have the version that you chose at the last one. That's the only one that we put in this packet because that's the one that you felt would had the provisions for protecting the residential districts. I'd like to move my application and presentation into the record.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any questions for Mr. Angelo?
I got a
Clearly,
question.
clearly we have no public.
Okay. It says here for appeals, appeals to the decision, the LDR administrator shall be in accordance with Article 12. What does Article 12 say for appeals?
So appeals for the LDR administrator would go to the Board of Adjustments, and so any appeals that, whether it's a appeal of any decision that he makes, interpretation, anything like that, those appeals go to the Board of Adjustments.
Thank you.
I have one, Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Leidig?
Mr. Angelo, in addition to the list of federal, state, local, other areas of the LDR, variances, et cetera, that would have to be complied with separately from administrative approval, does that also include COAs?
So COAs, currently as they are in the LDR, that would go, we would not be changing anything that's in the LDR with that. And they would still, even if they, like somebody came in and built a new Family Dollar or something like that, they still gotta go through a site plan approval, and that, which is separate from the historic preservation. And we would work with them on the site plan, and that, but anything that needed to go through historic or go through those channels would still abide by whatever is in the LDR.
Okay, because I seem to remember one of the reasons we tabled this at the last meeting was a little bit of unsurety as it relates to, well, if these developments are going to take place in the downtown historic core, will we as members of the HPA have the ability to weigh in, or will those strictly be administratively determined by growth management?
So the site plan itself would be administratively approved, and that, but any involvement with the historic district, those are two separate, totally different boards, and they would operate completely independently. And we're only recommending to would affect the P and Z, and we're not recommending to amend any of the other.
Okay, so the Live Local Act does not give a developer a get out of COA free card.
There are, I'd have to look into that a little more with the Live Local Act. I know there are provisions in there for when it comes to demolition of buildings and stuff like that. There is some leeway that they have, and that, but that's all state and federal regulation that's above us.
That's all I had.
Okay, thank you. So, discussion amongst the board? Anybody have anything? No?
No, I think of the three choices that were originally presented to us back in December, I think we're getting the one that leaves the most amount of home rule in our court. I mean, some of the other alternatives were
Yes.
a little daunting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless the state of Florida wants to apply for the vacancy we have on our board.
I don't see that happening. Okay, so then do we have a motion to either approve or deny?
Move to approve LDR 25-02.
Second.
Do we need a roll call?
For this one, I would say yes.
Yes. Mr. Angelo, roll call?
Ms. McCollum,
Yes.
Ms. Wilson,
Yes.
Ms. Douglas,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Carlucci,
Yes.
and Mr. Leidick.
Yes.
All right. Do we have any workshop items? I don't see anything on here. Does anybody have anything? No. Okay. Move to adjourn.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
All right.
Hands up.
My hands. Sorry. Okay, now. There we go. All right. That's the wrong one. Not that it matters, because there's nobody here to see it. All right. Board of Adjustment meeting for whatever today's date is called to order.
Roll call shall remain the same.
Roll call shall remain the same. Minutes for November 12th have been electronically distributed. Any additions, corrections, or comments? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Show of hands. Okay, meeting minutes from December 9th, 2025, also been distributed. Any comments, changes, amendments?
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, show of hands. Okay, we have no old business and no new business. So,
Move to adjourn.
Second.
all right. Show of hands. All right. And now we have the Historic Preservation meeting called to order. Roll call will remain the same. Meeting minutes from November 12th electronically distributed. Any comments, amendments, discussion? Nope.
Move to approve.
Second.
Show of hands. Okay, minutes from December 9th also distributed. Any amendments or discussion or comments or anything? No. Okay,
Move to approve.
Second.
show of hands. Okay, we have no old business and we have no new business. We do have some administrative approval items. I'm not real sure what to do with
Invite
those.
Mr. Angelo up to discuss the
Okay.
decisions taken by growth management.
Mr. Angelo, can you come forward and tell us about these decisions that were made by growth management?
All right, first one before you, you have COA 25-19. That is for 157 Southeast Church Ave. On that one, they were looking to replace the existing shingle roof with a new Galvalume metal roof. On the next one is COA 25-20. That one is for 341 South Marion Ave. On that one, they were looking to replace the existing asphalt shingle roof with a new black metal roof. And then on the last one is COA 25-21, and that is for 206 Southeast St. John Street. That one, they were looking to replace the existing shingle roof with a new shingle roof consistent in color.
Thank you. The board members have questions for Mr. Angelo about any of these three administrative approvals?
I have one, Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Leidig.
For the second one, 25-20, the tabbed black metal roof they're going with, the photograph presented in the package on page 13 of 23, if you need to, you can come up and take a look at it. The large pieces of vertical metal
I
coming
can
out
speak on that.
beams, are those to remain?
I'm a roofer. I can speak on that. No, that's for installation in places where there's snow. It holds the snow on the roof to keep it from falling down. So that won't be, that's never installed in Florida. I've never seen it anywhere. So I'm sure that won't be installed with it.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what those tabs were.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. I was like, oh, that's not going to be here, but yeah.
Okay, I withdraw my question. Thank you.
Yeah. No, so yeah, in the packet, they're doing a regular, the ultra rib and that metal, just in a black color. The article that you see here was some material that we found that showed that black roofs were a traditional color back in that era, and then when we were researching it.
Also, this picture on 13, that's not the metal that's going on the roof. That's a standing seam hidden fastener.
Correct.
Roof. This is going to be
Yes.
exposed fastener, so it looks a little different, but
Yeah.
same basic thing.
Yeah. All right. Any other
So,
questions?
just to clarify, I want to make sure I understand. These have already been approved. Work is going forward.
Correct.
It's a
Yeah,
done deal.
yeah, it's just us updating you as far as what staff has done to approve these applications.
Okay, so one other question about this second one, COA 2520. Is this not the house that we have the fence issue before the board that's been tabled?
Correct.
because-
And we are working through that with the applicant. The applicant has been out of the country and for several months. So as soon as they get back, we'll work with them on that.
But they were able to submit this one.
Yeah, they submitted a letter. Their roofing company submitted it on their behalf.
Are we in the habit of issuing approvals when there's pending code enforcement violations against a particular parcel?
On something like this with a roof, I would say yes, because it's protecting if they have roof leaks, and it's going to could damage the interior of the building farther. And it's something we wouldn't want to put them in a situation and of having, more damage done.
Okay, so when a resident or an owner of a residence is subject to code enforcement action, what does it limit them and not limit them in their ability to do, other than their name is published on a naughty list?
I would not be able to speak to that. That would be for like our building official or code enforcement officer would probably be able to speak a little more into that.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So a couple of things. Generally speaking, if you were going to prohibit some sort of improvement to the property because of a code enforcement violation, there would have to be a nexus between the violation and the permit they're seeking, such that the permit would, if approved, would somehow be exacerbating the violation. Here, there is no nexus between the nature of the violation, which is a fencing issue, and the roof of the house itself. And you would not be exacerbating any current code enforcement issues simply by replacing a roof on the house when the roof is not the code enforcement issue itself to begin with.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
Isn't that it?
all right. Yeah, we've never done these administrative approvals
All
before.
right, thank
I don't
you.
know what to do next. Thank you, Mr. Angelo. Thoughts?
You can ask the board their thoughts, but otherwise move.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, do we have any workshop items? Nope. Okay. Motion to,
Move to adjourn.
Second.
show of hands. All right. We're done.